Yeah, look, obviously everyone watched the game yesterday. You want to watch the first opening game to see how the conditions are going to play. Yeah, it looked pretty good. I know something we can't control is the weather, so it looks like it might be a lot of on and offs in the next couple of weeks. But I think just making sure that, as a batting unit, you're staying in as long as you can. The wicket look a little bit like it takes a little bit of turn. So just making sure that you build lots of partnerships. And yeah, just bowl in the stumps and just make sure that you're taking your catches. I think that catches win matches, and I think it's so important in a game when a player's on a low score and you drop a catch, it can cost you. So just making sure that we're doing the small things for as long as possible.
Thanks. Sorry. And then the dose.
Sorry.
Just in terms of England on Friday, you guys have played them 8 times since the last World Cup, and you've only managed to get out to the other side once in that 8 times. Does that matter going into a World Cup game? Does that play any part, the history, the fact that of your record over the last 4 years against them?
No, definitely not. I think that the team has changed a lot over the last couple of years. We've got some young players coming in, but we've got a lot of experienced players, and I think that everyone's just taken upon their role really beautifully. I think the way that we've worked our prep behind the scenes has been really good. So yeah, I'm not looking at too much of that stat. I think at the end of the day, we're going into a World Cup where we're playing the best in the world. Opening game, so a lot of pressure on everyone, but just making sure that we put up our hands and playing our best cricket. So not really worried about stats that has happened before, but I think for us just making sure that we're present and we're just playing our best cricket.
Just to follow up on that, what makes that England side that dangerous though? What is the, if you could single out something about them, what is their strengths that you guys have to be wary of on Friday?
I think as a unit they're just really that strong. I think they're led by one of the best all-rounders in the world, from their captain, and I think she leads the way perfectly, and I think everyone just feeds off her, and I think I think every single one of them are match winners. I just think we have to make sure that we're playing our game, we show up with a lot of presence, we give 200%. I think we've shown that we can beat them in the past, and we have, but just making sure that we're still being really positive going into first game.
Thanks for those. Talford.
Thanks, Lita. How's it going, Chloe? Chloe, it's your fourth ODI World Cup, and for a lot of you guys, you would have done this a lot yourself, Marizan, Sune. I'm just wondering what the chat is amongst the senior ones of you. The next World Cup's quite a long way away, around what kind of responsibilities you want to take in this tournament, and given where you guys started in 2013, and for some of you even before that, what kinds of statements do you want to make around the seniorities in the side?
Yeah, it's been a long career, I think, from 2013, but I think as a senior group, we just want to lead the way for the team. I mean, we've got some girls that haven't played 50 over World Cup before, but I just think for us as a senior group, just leading the way, making sure that we're taking a lot of the responsibility in the middle, but making sure that we also keeping the group and creating really good environment within the squad. And it's been really good so far. I think the way that everyone has gelled together has been so good, but I just think we're really excited for the first game, and definitely want to lead the way from the front as a senior group, but just making sure that we keep everyone as a tight unit.
Thank you. Talford.
Thanks, Rita. How's it going? As Firdausi just said, you're no stranger to World Cups, and I just wonder, what do you think might make things different for this particular squad in terms of South Africa finally winning one of these things? Is there something you can see in this group that maybe will help you go all the way to the top?
Yeah, we want to win the World Cup. We've always wanted to win the World Cup. We've come short in the T20s, but the hard work and the grit that everyone showed, the behind the scenes that everyone has put in, all the hard work, is showing. You can see it in everyone's faces how much they want this World Cup. So I just think, we're going to take it one game at a time. We're not going to think too far ahead. I think, if you focus too far ahead, you might get lost a little bit. So I'm just making sure that, we've got our first task on Friday, making sure that we tick that off our list and get momentum going into the rest of the tournament and hopefully lift the trophy.
Thank you. Back to you, Zahir, and then Firdausi.
we also seen in the past that the team is quite top heavy, but this in the batting unit particularly, but this group seems to got a very nice middle order with yourself, Annika, Sunay. Do you feel, and obviously Marzan there, do you feel that that's the difference, that's an X factor that your side now possesses, that you guys kind of bat deep, 8-9, guys, like, as your batting coach says, can score hundreds there at the back end compared to maybe in the past was 1, 2, 3 was the focus?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a really good lineup. We bat really deep, which is really important in a 50-over tournament like this. Just making sure that we can build partnerships at the back end if we do collapse a little bit in the middle. But just making sure that everyone understands their role. It's just good to see that everyone's on board with that. I think as a batting unit, we've come in a lot of strides over the last couple of months. You can see that there's a big difference in our batting and our approach in our batting department. Whether I bat 7, 8 or 9, I still want to give 110%, and I think everyone feels that exact same way. We want to be posting scores of over 300, so just making sure that whether we bat or bowl first, we still got really good intent as a batting unit.
Thanks for those.
Chloe, you just came off the 100 some time ago, and you would have got to see some of those English players, for a month. I just want to ask you what you've seen in terms of their readiness, and then also as a second part to that, the 100 might undergo some changes in the future, but what is it like as a tournament compared to some of the others you've played in, like the Women's CPL and whatever else, WPL, etc.?
Yeah, very different. 100 balls, obviously different format, but I think it's really exciting for the game. It's very different, and learning the different 5 balls and 10 balls is hard to understand at times, but yeah, it's a lovely format to be part of. I think they've grown it so good there. The way that they support the players, and to just see the youngsters coming in is really good to see. Youngsters at age 16, 17 playing in the big stage, playing against the best in the world. You always want that. You really want to make sure that they rub shoulders with the best in the world and they're improving their skills. So yeah, it's a really good tournament to be part of. I've obviously got to play with a couple of the England girls, which was pretty exciting. Just watching them, how they go about their skill and how they go about their business is really good. So hopefully I can give a lot of intel to the team.